Hey, Elite Series Pro Bernie Schultz. I want to talk to you about a flipping bait that I've been using for years, and in my opinion, it goes under the radar. Most people don't even know about it, let alone fish it. And it's called the Fat Baby Craw by Yamamoto. What I like about this bait so much is it's pretty simple in design. It's got a very smooth texture and not a lot of appendages. And where that really shines is when you're trying to penetrate really thick matted vegetation or flotsam like you find shoved up in coves and reservoirs. The other thing about this bait is its versatility. It's a great trailer behind a jig, whether you're throwing a casting jig or a compact pitching jig. It's a subtle, quick fall trailer. It doesn't slow the bait down. Sometimes that's the key in getting a bite, like under a dock or pitching cypress trees. That quick sink can make all the difference in whether the fish commits or not to the bait. So I like that as an option compared to some of the other trailers like the swimming tail trailers that a lot of guys use on jigs. One other super good application for this bait is on a wobble head. When that wobble head's, as you retrieve the wobble head and hop it, it's making the bait do this, and you got those pinchers sticking straight up. This is a killer smallmouth, spotted bass, or largemouth bait on especially rocky reservoirs where there's pea gravel or chunk rock or transition banks, even sand. Really good for smallmouth on sand. Simplest technique I know for catching them. Use a wobble head on like 10 to 12, maybe 15-pound line if you're in heavy, dense cover, and just Texas rig it like that. And I use it basically, whether I'm fishing it on a casting jig like this, in that same 10, 12, 15-pound range, whether it's fluoro or some kind of clear line, monofilament. I'm using this, this particular rod is a 7-foot, medium heavy X-Pride, and I got it paired with a Cronarch reel here. But any bait caster in the 200 size is going to be ideal, 100 to 150, 200 in that range. You want plenty of line capacity for longer casts. Use a light line, relatively. This isn't a flipping outfit, this is a casting outfit, but it makes a great trailer using this outfit right here for largemouth, spots, and smallmouth bass. We're on Orange Lake, my home lake here in north central Florida. There's a lot of matted vegetation. There's a lot of topped out matted hydrilla, and this is an excellent tool for penetrating that type of cover. And again, it doesn't have the appendages on the side like so many creature type baits. It's super slender. It does have the pinchers to give it the crawfish profile, but this thing will go through anything. And it's just a fantastic tool for big fish. This is 40-pound Power Pro, super slick, and it's on, I got it rigged on a high-speed Calais Shimano casting reel, and this is a 180H, which is an 8-foot heavy power plus actually casting rod, X-Pride casting rod. And this thing it's light, yet it's super powerful. I feel everything that touches the line. And if something gets on in that really dense cover, I've got the leverage to get it out. 30 to 40-pound line generally. Some guys go up heavier, but I never break this stuff, so I try to go as light as possible. And today I'm going to be using a 1-ounce tungsten weight. This is a number 3 or 3/0 EWG. Some guys prefer a straight shank hook for flipping. I like an EWG, it just depends. Basically, I peg the sinker. Some guys like a sinker that goes up and down the line. They want a free floating sinker. I like it pinned. That way I know exactly what the bait's doing on the drop. If I get a bite on the drop, which I anticipate today, I know it immediately, and so that's a big advantage. And that's pretty much my rig for heavy flipping, especially in Florida, and let's get out there and see what this thing can do. He might be gone too. No, he's still there. See how black that fish is? The fish has been under cover a long, long time. and the roof of the mouth. Exactly where you want him. That fish is living under that stuff right there. And that's all it takes to get them out. Just a little compact bait that'll penetrate the mat on top and be just enough for him to want to bite it. There he is. He's still green. Okay, that's on the Fat Baby Craw, one I just showed you. And that's the kind of fish, you see how dark he is? That fish has been under that mat for a while. A good 3-pound fish. Big fish will eat a little bait, a lot bigger than that. I mean, 10, 12-pound fish will eat a little compact bait like this. It's just a matter of getting it to them. And sometimes they prefer a smaller package, you know, smaller profile bait with not a lot of appendages, something that's just really simple and subtle, and that can make all the difference, especially when you got a cold front pushing through like we have now. The bite's not good, the fish are not in any kind of receptive mood, so I'm having to tease them with the bait, fish it, you know, slow and leave it in there and kind of get them to warm up to it and finally take the bait. But that's it. It's a 3-inch compact crawdad made by Yamamoto, and it's called the Fat Baby Craw. And again, it's got this little sleeve that I want to show you. If you look right there, there's a fine line right there, and that's where I let the barb of the hook rest. I just go through all the way through the carapace, which is what you call that, and just stick it right there, and that's what it looks like. Super weedless and pops right out. When you get a bite, you have no worries about your percentages on hook sets. You're gonna get 99% of them.